Hey, what's up, people? How's it going? What's going on? What's going on? I'm doing this stream, reacting to Purple Reindeer, aka Purple Glitter. There's a lot to this incident. If you've been following this story and you've been following Purple Glitter's words closely, you've noticed a lot of lies, such as originally she said that there's no videos on YouTube. But then after that, she said there is just one video on YouTube because the rest were taken down. But upon research, because there's some sleuths out there, there's a lot of sleuths, and those sleuths found the baby daddy's videos. May he rest in peace, by the way. So there are a lot of people here that will say, no, don't cover this. This is not right. But then again, a lot of people are like, yes, cover this because there needs to be justice. Because I've been saying this for almost 2 years that PG did something to her ex and people would not listen. So if you look back at all my old videos on the whole PG situation, I've said this: be careful of PG because she's done this, she's done that, she's done this to her ex. Be careful of her. People would not listen, but seems people are listening now. Did anyone see PG cover these videos or S-Jam? So sad. Yeah, so S-Jam was covering this super early in the morning. I'm going to give my take from what I know and understand and what PG has told me, but take it with a grain of salt. PG says a lot of shit. She even tried to make it seem as if she's looking for his videos on YouTube and can't find it. Listen, don't be doing this. You know what? Actually, I should play that. But first, let me deal with the troll in the chat. Sammy, you're a loser that sits at home and does nothing and probably gets money from the state. Shut your stupid ass up. Sit down or go touch some grass. Get out of your mommy's basement or the room. Shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here. With that being said, people, we are going to get started. So I shouldn't actually start with the exes videos because there's something more important that I gotta look at, which is the line situation. The line is not working out for her now, is it? So I won't even go over I guess I could find the video where she's like talking about there's no videos of him, but listen, look at how she searches for his videos. So let's take a look at this example. This example is actually pretty important of the lying and gaslighting that this man has experienced with her. Yeah, her lives are getting all mixed up. So if you've noticed this, you've noticed this. So here's her searching for his videos on YouTube because originally his videos were not on YouTube. Then his videos were on YouTube, but the cops helped her take them down. So there's only one video. No, there's a multitude of videos on YouTube from this guy. She's just been lying.
We're going to look it up. He didn't have some fancy channel. He wasn't a big name creator. You guys,
Stop
his channel
sparkling
is
mind.
completely gone. Even when you spell it the two different ways, the channel is gone.
What do you mean the channel is gone? That he has a freaking YouTube channel. I looked at it last night. What is she talking about? The channel is gone. This is a person that is freaking out, still trying to do her calm voice that harasses people not only in her locality, Webb City, Missouri, but she harasses people online consistently. I gotta now go over into BookTube and see who she's been harassing over there. Because I tell you, she is 100% harassing people over at BookTube. She's in deep and she knew it. So why would the hell would she say this when I literally could look up right now and find this guy's channel? And that's what I did last night. So she's saying he doesn't have a YouTube channel, trying to cover it up. So what she's trying to do is play this game where she'll say, hey guys, look, I looked for his YouTube channel. It's not there, so don't even bother go looking because I already looked for it for you. No, I'm still gonna go looking because you're a liar. All right. And it was found. His YouTube channel is found. I'm not sure if she played the videos because I didn't look at her stream, but his YouTube channel was found and we can take a look at it. It's the Cory Green show, okay? So I wish you would stop lying and making this shit up because this is not okay.
Yes, we were working with police in order to get those videos down. We had to report back to the police that he did have a young child who is a minor and we didn't want them seeing that graphic content. So, yes, naturally, we had it taken down. Okay, that was something that we agreed with. All right. So,
No, this is a complete lie. So she only played okay. So she only played the Facebook. Gotcha. This is a very heavy and complicated story to coming on. It is. All right. So this poor soul that lost his life, and he lost it in part, most in part to PG. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna show it because I'm actually really sick of the lies. I'm really, really fucking sick of it. Okay, here it is. Here's the channel. We're doing this. I am not playing around, PG. You can't keep lying to people and thinking this is okay. This is his YouTube channel. His videos are there. They're there. He has multitude of them. So your first lie was he doesn't have YouTube. You know he has YouTube. There's one of his cats. You're a lying piece of shit. Second lie. Oh, he has a YouTube, but there's only one video on there because we took the rest down. No, there's 4, 8, 12, 13 videos on there. You're a lying piece of shit. I get that some people think this should not be happening, but I will do this respectfully. But it is gonna happen because, like I've said, she told me she offed this guy, and I'm gonna get justice for it. Okay, there's gonna be justice for it. You're not gonna tell me you just off the guy by repeatedly telling him to unalive himself and then think that nothing's gonna be done about it. It's actually pretty fucking disgusting. And I brought this up a multitude of times. I'm gonna bring this to the authorities. Now I know the name. Now I know his channels. Now I know the Facebook. Now they have all this evidence to go by and investigate her because she's a piece of shit.
you go over here. I can tell just by looking at this row of names, none of these are his channels. Because on YouTube, if you go a year without logging into your account, or if your account just sits there, they will automatically delete your account.
That is a fucking lie. No, they don't do that shit because we just saw that his last video was from 2020 and his channel's still there. You're a piece of lying, piece of shit liar that has slowly been found out ever since 2022, and you are doing this shit.
Looking at this row of names, none of these are his channels. Because on YouTube, if you go a year without logging into your account, or if your account just sits there, they will automatically delete your account. Okay? If you didn't know that, they will do this because it looks like you've been inactive. So, because he appeared to be inactive, okay, that's why his channel was removed. All right? And that is the only reason why.
He
Now,
lies too much.
when it comes to the Facebook side of things, that video was taken down straight away because that was a request that was made on behalf of the family.
The shit that this piece of shit lies about, just flows off her tongue, like zero emotion, zero like pausing when she's telling all these fucking lies that she knows is a lie, but she'll just keep lying. Piece of shit. Good morning, it ain't that. I'm glad people are finally understanding that she is a fucking pathological liar.
The family requested that his videos be removed and they were done so right away. And I
Okay,
mean right away.
right.
All right.
That's why his video show is still up where it's on YouTube. Okay. And specifically somebody just told me she only played YouTube. There's no, she only played Facebook. There's a reason why, Fish, because she wants to still keep up the lie that he only has videos on his Facebook and not on YouTube. She's a piece of shit. So I wonder actually I need to save those videos. I wonder what we're gonna find when we play these YouTube videos because I'm sure he's gonna say something about PG and it's not gonna be good. Why did my stream yesterday get taken down? If there's enough reports about nudity or sexual content, then YouTube will out of erring on the side of caution will take it down. So bunch of losers like S Jam and his crew of cronies that are, the Jessica Messica crew was reporting the video for nudity. I guess maybe his big fat ass gut boy belly looks like ass cheeks. But it's back up now. I appealed it. It came back up. And of course, this line PG is talking about, oh, I deleted the video. I was scared. No, you stupid lying ass loser. The video got taken down. She's probably reporting it as well, piece of shit. Anyways, we're going to get into this, people.
And the only reason we were
We're
taking
going
him
to go
down
deep.
is because he had a son who was a minor and we didn't want his son to see that, obviously. Okay? Because in the actual video, you see everything. There's no censors, there's no nothing. You see everything. I don't know how to explain this until I either go lose my.
Funny thing is, she told me her son did see the video and he's seen it several times. What a piece of shit.
You see everything. I don't know how to explain this until I either go lose my voice and I can't explain it anymore. There is no active investigation, ladies and gentlemen. There never was. Never.
What the hell? Hours and hours of this bullshit. But she said in one of her streams many months ago, because what she does, she privates them or deletes them, that the video was still up and they tried a multitude of times. The entire town tried to get the video down and it was unsuccessful.
Okay, and I guess I do need to explain that part right there. So he said the entire town tried to help get it taken down and they were unsuccessful. So what he means by this is yes. So I went to some friends of mine that we all went to.
PG. Okay, so Mon says Jessica Messica asked me in SM's chat several days ago before I was blocked why PG hates me so much. She feels threatened by any attractive woman or any woman in for that matter. It's literally like Foodie Beauty. She's literally like Foodie Beauty. There's so many people who are literally copies of Foodie Beauty. Anybody that is a female that is around, even though a guy may have zero interest in them, they still think that woman is some sort of a threat. Just like saying how Mary is a 12-year-old and is married. Just making up these crazy, insane lies. Insane shit. Sassy Italian says first she's saying that the cops removed it, now she's saying YouTube removed it. Yeah, she can't keep up with their lies. She can't. I wonder what she's gonna do now. You know what PG said the other day? She said that she made her son promise to not be like his dad. I wanted to ask what she meant, but didn't want to trigger her. Really?
Tried to help get it taken down and they were unsuccessful. So what he means by this is yes. So I went to some friends of mine that we all went to high school with together. I reached out to them and I said, "Hey guys, I can't get his videos down. I don't want to say his name, obviously, but I said, look, there's some of his videos I can't get down. Can you guys help me out? If we all work together and we try to basically flag the account, maybe we can get those videos taken off there, right?" That's what we were trying to do. That attempt failed. Now, keep in mind, my graduating class had like 400 to 500 people in it that were all trying to help. Okay, this was a big collective group of people that
I can believe that. I can believe that that was a collective effort. If somebody immolated themselves and the video is still up, people in your graduating class would come together and try and get that video removed. That I can believe because that seems very reasonable thing to do. I would be doing it. I'm sure you guys listening to me right now would be doing it.
was trying to help me. All right. As a team, we could not get those videos down. We actually had to reach out to the family. The family then had to reach out to Facebook. And then from there, that was how they got some of the content down. Now, the rest of the content that is left up, he is under substances. He is still trying to get clean after 1 week. So before you just go and track those videos down and listen to them and try to figure them all out, just please keep in mind he was going through his first week of recovery. Okay. He was literally in his first week of recovery. He didn't make it.
Well, double recovery because he's recovering from your psycho ass messaging him and calling him all day, probably under weird, strange numbers, the type of shit you've been doing with me for almost 2 years, you piece of shit.
Anything that you see in those videos is probably when he was in his worst state, unfortunately. Okay. So he is not of sound of mind. Please keep that in mind as you're watching those once you find them. I just don't think you guys understand how easily he will sit and twist and turn every little detail. Anything that he can get to keep himself in girl world just a little bit longer, he will do it. And that's what makes this man scary, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I'm scary because I sent 70,000 messages to you, right? Or was it the other way around? Calling me up to 300 times a day. Freaking, I'm in bed, my phone is ringing off because she's calling 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning repeatedly over and over again, sending these little psychotic messages, just wanting to talk. That's what she was doing to him as well. Let's listen to this.
So I know I was a little bit keyed up earlier and I was a little bit tense, but I hope you can bear with me because I am all good to go now. All right. So what we're going to be doing in this stream this evening is, since Monty wants to steal my life and make it content, I'm going to actually do it myself because this is my story, this is my past, and you are not going to be leeching more and more shit off of me, Monty. It's not going to fucking happen. So if I'm going to tell the story, then I'm going to tell the story fucking correct. We're going to sit here today and we're going to look over all of my ex's videos together. Because here's the difference between Monty and I. I will give it to you straight as it is, and he will feed you bullshit. Let me go on ahead and bring up the screen.
Right, just like, yeah, the videos were removed. First with the help from the cops, and then next it's YouTube who removed them. Because, you know, dormant YouTube channels, they will just remove the videos. That's what happens, right? It's ridiculous.
And we will get started. Hello to everyone coming in. Good to see you. All right, let's bring up the screen. Then we will go from there. And I promise you, I am not.
Is their son a minor? Yeah, he's still a minor.
Ignoring side chat. I am just trying to make sure that I've got my screens ready back here, making sure that I'm on the correct page, doing my homework. All right. So, Monty, you are not going to steal my content for views. You have done nothing but use me for the past year and a half for views. I am done being your cash cow, you little bitch. You don't get to take anything else.
Okay. Okay, wait. Who has been coming online and making videos and making up lies? Are people now understanding the whole thing with the one video? It came from her. She would say it out loud, let it spread, and then go into people's chats repeating it so that it spreads. And then a bunch of dumbasses actually believe that. The whole shirt thing. She made a video showing pictures of my shirt, and then one of her videos saying that I told her to take. No, I didn't. What the fuck would be the point of me telling you to take pictures? That doesn't make any sense. Then she lets that spread around, and then she had to come clean, saying that I actually bought them. I'm like thinking, you do know I get email the receipts of my purchases, right? Like I can literally do that. I can literally show it. There's so many things ad nauseum, using her kink play or trying to do kink play and then using that as a sign of abuse, telling people I'm harassing and abusing her. Like, how fucked up is this person? You're telling people I'm harassing or abusing you because you're showing what isn't actual harassment and abuse, but your kink play to people, telling these lies, pushing it out there, and then doing that, and then trying to say that other people are fucked up.
from me, motherfucker. You fucking don't. This is my trauma. This is my history. This is what I went through. You don't get to spin the narrative again. And
Yeah, and Fish is right. The victimization she portrays when she was so aggressive, bullying with you regarding the emails. Yeah, we've seen the emails. You guys have seen maybe less than 5% of the text. Yeah, probably maybe 2%, 3%. Because if I'm supposed to scroll through those texts really fast, it probably would take me 3 to 4 hours to even scroll through them. And that's like super fast, where you can't even read the words. That is how much text messages they are. The calls coming into my chats, and messaging me saying, "Hey, don't be scared. Don't freak out. I'm in your chat, but I'm just listening to you." Like it's really it's really messed up, the types of shit that she's been doing. And if she's doing it to me, she was doing it to him, and there needs to be justice. Hey Tip Top, what's up? What kind of like kink play? Like she likes to try and do little stuff. She tries to have a dom and whatnot. Like she is just really messed up. And I'm telling, I'm gonna say this. I keep saying this. She is effectively banned from the BDSM community. The kink community doesn't need people like her that will make guys get into really bad situations because there are IRL consequences for people lying about kink play. She will never, ever, ever, while I'm here, get the chance to present her messages when she's doing kink play to try and get a guy in trouble, because she could have gotten somebody legally in trouble saying that they're harassing her when it's actually her playtime that she's doing because she is supposed to be a submissive. That is really fucked up. And you're not going to get people into legal trouble doing that shit.
I know you're listening, bitch, so don't pretend like you're not. We're going to do a share screen. We're going to get this shit over with because I have other shit that I need to get done today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait till 10 o'clock tomorrow because Monty is not going to get all the views. He's not going to get all the glory. This shit isn't going to go in his
So,
favor, and
Marie,
he's going to be up a creek without a paddle. That's all I'm going to fucking say. All right? All right. Here we go. And I just exited out of the wrong fucking thing. All right. This is my son's father. I don't know why everybody fucking cares.
they care
This
because
was a
you red rummed
suicide,
him.
ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm gonna get the police and we're gonna go over this incident. So remembering Cory Green page, I'm gonna send them the link to that. We're also gonna send them the link to his YouTube channels because by her account, they don't exist. Or there's just one video because she's told a lie that we can't even believe anything she's saying. But I found it and he's in them. There's multiple videos. We are literally going to present this evidence to the police. You're not going to hide anymore, PG. You're not going to keep doing this to somebody because she's been getting away with it. Next, we're going to go into BookTube and we're going to find the people you've been harassing over there, PG.
Sorry, I guess I forgot your fucking trigger warning. This was a suicide. There's no murder investigation. There's never even fucking been one because it's been ruled as a suicide since day fucking one. And until Monty stops his shit, then I will keep fucking going. So you want to air out my history laundry or my dirty laundry, Monty? That's what you want to do, right? You're up there kikiing it and haha hiding behind your little screen behind.
Why the hell am I kicking? I'm not laughing about this. This isn't funny. It's not funny. That's why I'm literally going to police and I'm giving my statements about what I know from what you've told me about this incident.
16 and a half hours away behind a border. You think it's that easy, right? It's not. It's fucking not. This is something that happened to me that I have to live with daily. While it might just be girl world tea to fucking you, it's not to me. So if anybody's going to tell the story, it's going to be me, not fucking you, a bullshit, manipulative, bold faced liar. I will have a say in how this narrative goes, and you will have fucking nothing to do with it, you lying piece of shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's your screen. All right? Pardon me if I am not paying attention to side chat right now. Please do not message me on Facebook because then your name will pop up in my toolbar. Okay? Try to give a heads up on this. All right? This is the page, ladies and gentlemen. All right? We're going to sit through and go through this content together. You know why? Because it's my fucking content, Monty. I'm not going to sit here and let you lie
Well,
and
it's
spew.
it's not your content. It's Corey's content. All right, let's get that straight. It's Corey's content, and I'm still gonna follow up. I will still follow up with Web City because I will call that officer back and give him all the information that I've learned within the past few days. Because I wouldn't know anything about this, anything more, unless she had spilled the beans. So at least I know this. At least I did find the YouTube channel that he does have, even though she's been lying and saying, "Oh yeah, dormant channels get deleted after a year." That is so stupid. How can you lie like that, knowing that there's multitude of people probably have dormant YouTube channels or know somebody who does, and that it doesn't get deleted? It just doesn't even make any sense.
A bunch of hateful shit that you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Because each second that I go by is just another second to where you can make up another fucking lie and lie about random ass shit, which is what you've been doing your whole fucking life. So we're going to go through these videos together. If you have questions, you are welcome to ask me in side chat. But let's get one thing perfectly clear. And I mean crystal clear. This was a suicide. This was not a murder investigation like everyone is trying to say that it is. This was a suicide, ladies and gentlemen. And each time that I have to repeat that over and over, if anyone in this family is listening, I apologize.
Take care,
But
Tubman.
this is all happening against my own wishes. All right. This is all happening because I have a fucking angry hamster in fucking Toronto who is on a rampage because he didn't get a Snickers bar today. So now I have to address this shit.
Oh, she's very angry because she's been backed into the corner and she's been caught. First, she really truly didn't want. She What she was trying to do was spill enough information about him to kind of stave off people's interest. But like, okay, I can say this about him, and then people will forget about it, right? Because remember, the first multitude of times I've talked about this, nobody said or did anything or looked into it. Now people are looking into it. And now people are finding out more and more and more, and it's clear that her lies aren't holding water.
We're going to start with video number 1. And by the way, these videos are filled with nothing but nonsense. Nothing but nonsense of him being wasted out drunk. So if you want to turn around and call it content, Monty, you can, but you don't get to steal those views from me, and I will no longer be your fucking view how whatever the fuck they call it. I'm not going to be it anymore. You used me for views for a fucking year and a half, and it stops now.
That's a lie. Who was the first person to start making videos? You remember how this actually started. It actually started when I was tired as hell. I get up in the morning after sleeping in. All of a sudden, PG is on live stream ranting and freaking out for 3.5 hours because something triggered her. This is how it started, and I still be cool. I give her a call. I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" She answered the call in her live stream to try and set me up. She was trying to set me up. So what she was doing was she was like, "Yeah, he probably is gonna be angry, so I'll answer this call on my live stream that legitimizes what I'm saying." So I was like, what the hell is going on? Who remembers that? And then she said something, something, something. I'm like, okay, well, have a good stream. And yeah, we can call later or talk later, something like that. That was the very first time because of her paranoia and her fucking bullshit. Oh, you somehow woke up and saw it. You remember the stream that she did talking shit about I don't know, some bullshit, 3.5 hours. I didn't even look at it because it was all bullshit. Somebody with a name triggered her. They said her name, her real actual name. Now that she's given herself away, now it doesn't matter. But they said her name, her first and last name, and she freaked out thinking that I gave them her name. Why the fuck would I give them your name? Like, it's so stupid. Like, are you around normal people? Like, why would I literally go and give somebody your real name and then to freak you out? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Here's the first
Her
video.
chat is only trolls.
There's
It
nothing
is.
happening. Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing. He's sitting there talking. Can you even hear it? Because I don't even think you can hear it.
Was it back in the cake farter days? Yes.
Girl, there is nothing in here unless you planted it. Another idea, food for thought.
Okay, so I need to already explain what is going on here. So he is
Now,
actually.
I don't even have
Hang on.
weed here.
Okay, I had two different screens brought up. Sorry about that, guys. That was a technical error on my part. So, before we get started with these videos, I need to address this before Monty fucks it up. Okay? Okay. As you will watch these videos, you will notice that there is something not right with this gentleman. Okay? You will notice that his words are slurring, that he cannot complete full and
Yeah, he has schizoaffective disorder. I already said that.
rounded sentences. He can't do it. And a lot of the times he is sitting there screaming into the void about things that aren't even happening. Schizophrenia, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason I'm scared of schizophrenia. This is why. Okay? Now, I am not saying that we need to have a whole mental health discussion. What I am saying is if you're going to watch these videos, you're going to watch them with me and not that lying asshole in Toronto.
Okay,
Because the
okay.
lying asshole in Toronto doesn't know fuck all about fuck all.
I know a
And
lot
he's
more
going to sit
now.
there and take an opportunity to make up more shit that isn't even true. So I'm here to set it straight for the final fucking time. And I'll keep doing it until he shuts the fuck up. You're going to notice when you watch these videos, he's not of sound of mind. You can tell when someone is not of sound of mind. This is a prime example of that. So here's the first video. You have about 18 or 24 hours to watch of nonsense. Absolute nonsense. He was on substances. He was trying to recover. He had a relapse very early in his friggin' recovery.
Yeah, and you didn't help by pestering and annoying the shit out of the guy. Like I said yesterday, I have a very good sense of self, and I'm very good with, keeping the pestering nonsense of emails and phone calls and voicemails away from me. But the shit that she was doing for almost 2 fucking years to me. Can you imagine somebody with schizophrenia has a drinking problem, has a substance abuse problem, and has to deal with this shit? With dealing with somebody every day, calling them and pestering them and cursing at them and telling them all sorts of shit because she's in a mood. Can you imagine that? What somebody has to go through?
He didn't make it through the first week, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that when you're watching these videos. And by the way, he is yelling as if the police are standing right outside. The police are not there. That's what he's yelling at. So he demanded for the chief of police. He demanded for the chief of police in all of the state. Like, he was just shouting nonsense. Okay. I told you guys, these videos are not easy to watch for anybody. If you don't understand this, it's okay. You don't have to. But there is no way in hell I'm going to sit here and let him continue to make views off my name. Fuck you, Monty. Go to hell. I will sit here and watch this shit myself. Because at least I was there and I know what the fuck happened. You don't have the slightest fucking clue.
Okay, so she was there. What does she mean by that? Like she supposedly had a TPO, right? A temporary was it like a TRO? But then she said TPO like a she had a temporary restraining order on this man. So I'm looking to see if this was broken because I'm I know it was broken though because she told me she was berating this guy even up to the last few days of his life. So when you take that into account, yeah, TPO, temporary protective order against him, we gotta look for any instances of her giving herself away that she had contact with him within his last few days. An emergency protective order. Okay, she originally said a TPO, temporary protective order, but now she's saying an emergency protective order. I guess it's the emergency ones are temporary, right? Before you go in front of a judge to explain uh, how and why you need a more permanent one.
Don't even try to act like you do, because you didn't even know this dude's name till less than 2 or 3 hours ago. So go to hell.
I didn't, but I know the story about him. I didn't know who you were talking about, and yeah, I'll say it. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be like, yeah, I didn't know, but now I do know. And I found his YouTube channel that you were trying to hide, that you knew about, but yet did everything in your power to not have people search for it. It's gross.
Really, I'm not crazy. This was happening.
No, it wasn't happening. That's what he doesn't understand. It was not happening. So the whole reason he's going to show you this to you guys tomorrow, because he's going to make a case and point out of it and try to say that I'm doing the exact same thing. He's going to try to dress it up and tell you that I have the exact same illness and that's a chronic problem. No. Incorrect. Incorrect.
Because your actual employee did not hook up it right. So here I am hearing voices on a daily basis. On a daily basis. When I come home, I hear them. When I'm not home, I don't. All I hear is rom, rom, rom of a scooter. When I come home, it's not quiet.
Okay, so also for more context, wow, we just picked up a lot of people. Hi, everybody, welcome.
All right, so Never Ever says what's really effed up is that if Munchie wanted her back, all of this would stop and she'd be sweet as pie. She would. But like I said, you cannot be friends or be cool with people like PG because if she perceives you to do anything wrong, the first thing she's going to do is jump online, fire up a live stream, and slag you off, like berate you. This is literally to the T the same thing that Foodie Beauty would do to Nads. Now we know Nads has his own issues and problems, and he isn't a great person. He's not a good guy. He's been to jail. He's done a lot of illegal shit, but it's still the same thing that Foodie Beauty was doing. She would come online and berate somebody without them even knowing and talk ill of the person. Then the next day they're amazing. Then the next day they're a bad person. Then the next after that they're amazing again. It's the same bullshit. So you remember back when I was being nice and helping people? Yeah, I've helped so much people, charitable donations, doing this, day in, day out, night in, night out. I would say, hey, can you help this person out with their GoFundMe? And what did they get in return? A slap in the face. Nothing. She's raising a child. Yeah, she's raising one child. I don't know why she keeps saying children, as in there's multiple. But from my reckoning, there's been only one child. So where's the second child coming from? Is she considering the dog a child now? Because I've literally know about just one.
Just so you know,
One
I have been
child.
addressing this shit all day long. All day long. And Monty was going to drag this out into tomorrow too. But here's the deal, Monty. You don't get to fucking narrate my life.
Hey, Cypher. Cypher,
This
what's
was
up?
a very dramatic, a very rough part of my past, and you don't get to fucking narrate it. You also don't get to take any more fucking views from me.
Also, I should tell people that yeah, back in the day I was trying to be nice and help people. I still do help people, but I just don't do it online. Online is a freaking war zone filled with explosives that I do not want to walk through a minefield with people. There's been so many times that I've helped people, even the Ray Ray situation, finding out through hearsay that she really didn't have cancer is actually pretty gross. If you thought at first you had cancer and then you didn't, just explain that to people like, hey, I was scared. They said that it could be cancer, but I found out it wasn't cancerous. So I'm really happy, but I still want to do this GoFundMe to help me get better. What did Ray Ray first do with some of the money that she got from the GoFundMe? Buy a vehicle. I was like, wait a second, this doesn't seem right. So you're gonna buy a vehicle with like your first payout, but then explain, yeah, but I needed to go to the clinic and my appointments. I'm like, okay, cool, sure, all right, go ahead. I mean, that makes sense. Happy birthday, Timber. Monty was too nice back in the day, blew up in his face 6 times. Yeah, all blew up in my face. So I can't be doing that type of stuff online because there's all sorts of people who do a lot of shit online and it's completely disgusting.
You lying piece of shit. I want to make it very clear that this was back in 2020, ladies and gentlemen. This was his state of mind when he passed away on a live stream. He was shouting at things that weren't there. He was raising hell about things that nobody knew what was wrong. This was a this was a very scary situation to be in, especially for me, for my family, for anyone else involved, because nobody knew what the hell was going on. He had just gotten fired from his job that morning. That is something that Monty also will not know. That is something that only I would know. Okay?
Yeah,
He
pandemic
was
time was
fired from his
wild.
job. He was told that supposedly someone off the internet went and told his family that he was supposedly gay or whatever, and that was what sent him over the edge. Some people would say that is innocent trolling, but to him, it was way different. And to him, it was really happening. I'll let it play.
Yeah, pandemic was a
I
hell of
can
a
hear
time.
the
You look back and think back, but like, oh, you remember 20, 30, 40 years ago when there was this thing called the pandemic? And for years we were inside our homes and you had to show that you were having vaccines. Well, at least in my area, I had to show that I had both my vaccinations, one and two, to even eat at any restaurant. And a lot of the restaurants had to like scramble to get outdoor space.
feedback. I had a conversation with you and Brandon yesterday, knowing that I knew that it was your voice, knowing that the other people before you,
Fax Mons, I remember that as well, keeping my paper in my person to even
it's
cross the
right there,
border.
right? No, it's up. It's right there. It's in the stereo system. I don't tear that shit apart. That's my baby.
So this is another part I think I need to clarify on. I'm going to kind of interject as needed here as we're watching this together. So he would often think that there was some kind of like security system, like in a radio or a TV or like something to that effect. Like he thought somebody was always listening to him. Now, still to this day, we don't know if that was substances. We don't know. We don't know what the cause of that was. All right. We don't always know the why. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we don't always know. All right. But what I can
Yeah, once again, he is a schizophrenic. It's understandable that he would be hearing voices and would think that, he has to use tinfoil on all sorts of stuff and thinks voices are telling him to do things through his TV or radio or through the internet. Poor guy. And imagine him going through this and having a person like PG doing the types of shit that she was doing to me, doing to him.
tell you was that he and I were not in communication at this time. You can see the time and date over on the right hand side of the screen. It was October 12th of 2020. My EPO was still in effect at this time. Okay. Again, it is not a murder investigation. It was a suicide investigation. That's where Monty is lying.
Or I could say it was a suicide investigation, but now it's going to be a red rum investigation because I have evidence to show and give to a detective of you saying you offed your baby daddy. EPO, emergency protective order, is what that means. EPO, ERO, TPO, TRO. So EPO, emergency protective order, TPO, temporary protective order, ERO, emergency restraining order, TRO, temporary restraining order.
To you. There was never a murder investigation. I don't know why I have to keep clarifying or why I have to do this, but until Monty stops his shit, I guess I have to.
Did you guys see how she said that because it was this type of investigation, it's said and done? Doesn't she understand that you can actually open up or reopen an investigation even though it was closed as somebody unaliving themselves? They can look into it. Like, I don't understand this thinking where she's making it seem as if they never do that. I could literally Google search interstate right now of people whose cases have been reopened due to new evidence.
Because it'll be hell or high water before I let him get views off of my fucking trauma. Fuck you, Monty. Fuck you.
That's my surround sound. I am so appalled right now. Oh, I'm trying to find the camera.
He's talking to no one, ladies and gentlemen. He's talking to absolutely no one. He lives alone. He's pretending to talk to people, but they're not there.
I don't know exactly where it's at, but I'm looking straight at you. Girl, there is nothing in here unless you planted it. Another idea, food for thought.
So the person he's actually thinking that he's yelling at is actually not there. So the person, when I went back and I watched all of these videos for myself, right? Because I had to sort through this content on my own. Police reached out to me. They said, "Hey, can you kind of go through the videos? Can you tell us, does anything stand out to you? Does he say any names that you recognize?" And of course, there were a couple of names that he said in a few videos that I recognized. Um, so at the time when they
Wait a second. Wait a second. Why would the police reach out to you and say, do you know any names that he said and can recognize those names and point to a person? Why would they do this if it was ruled a suicide unless they found things that were suspicious? I don't get this. Why? Okay, let's listen to this again because this is actually strange to me. If they're saying this means that there was an investigation. They most likely did rule it as a unaliving of oneself, but still, it kind of tells me that if they were asking her to go through these and that if that actually did happen, that they found certain things strange.
All of these videos for myself, right? Because I had
Thank
to
you,
sort through
Cypher.
this content on my own. Police reached out to me. They said, "Hey, can you kind of go through the videos? Can you tell us, does anything stand out to you? Does he say any names that you recognize?" And of course, there were a couple of names that he said in a few videos that I recognized. Um, so at the time when they came to me and I answered their questions back in 2020, this just this is just very, very weird for me. This was my life. Back in 2020, this is what I was dealing with behind the scenes. All right. I'm not proud of my past. I am not proud of any of this. And even having to sit through this just to listen to is difficult. But again, it'll be hell or high water before I let him get more views off of my trauma. Fuck you, Monty. Fuck everyone else. All right. You don't get to make views off of my trauma.
Coming from the person that would come online and make videos and tell all sorts of lies and then tell people she's not in contact with me, not trying to contact me on an almost daily basis whenever she made a video. She if you watched her video, she would say, "No, I'm not contacting Monty." People ask her, "Are you sure about that?" She's like, "No, I'm not contacting him." Yet she was contacting me practically every single day. She would get off that live stream after berating me, making up her lies, saying I'm doing this, saying I'm doing that, and then immediately start contacting me again. But yet, I'm a bad person. What about his trauma? Exactly. What about his trauma? Why isn't she part of her past? Right?
Fuck you.
How come she hasn't come into troll yet? She said that there was no officer that called her and told her to knock it off. Remember my recording where the officer says, I'm going to give her a call. I'm going to tell her to knock it off. You know what I think? I think he did tell her to knock it off. You know what else I think? I think she got really scared and then probably called the cops on me because she's such a piece of shit. After harassing me for almost 2 years with all these emails, with all the phone calls. In fact, I'm thinking of, I don't know, making my thumb hurt for what, like freaking the next couple of weeks by scrolling through for about 3 to 4 hours, like one set of text messages that are tens of thousands of lines long of her just saying the most random shit to me, going off, being hot and cold, cursing me out, saying all sorts of nasty stuff. Then but like, oh, please, could you just respond to me? Hey, Monty, I don't know what's wrong with my computer. Could you please help me fix it? Remember when she did that a couple months ago? First, she was like, oh, yeah, Monty's hacking my computer. Help. He's hacking my computer. He's getting into my personal files. The piece of shit. And then the next thing you know, she's asking online for my help to help fix her computer because she doesn't know what's wrong. How fucked up is that to do something like that? It's really messed up.
Now,
Do I think she was behind the scenes days, even hours prior? Yes, I do. I do, Dolores.
And by the way, Monty, this is what you have to look forward to. It is hours and days and weeks of just him sitting by himself in this room and yelling at things. This is what you have to look forward to reacting to tomorrow. This was your quote unquote content. You're literally taking someone's trauma and trying to make views off of it. How fucking disgusting are you?
I don't even have weed here. My last name is Green. I used to smoke pot on a daily fucking basis as I worked for American Rant Company. I don't even fucking do it. There is nothing here. Nothing here. Not a bong, not a pipe, not nothing. Nothing. Unless you set me up. Do you hear?
Sorry about that, Swell. It seems a lot of us know about somebody or has been through some sort of like harassment or stalking.
That world?
Also, I will have to say this. I know some people might not agree with it, but I'm going to have to go through his YouTube videos to see if there's any evidence where he points to being in contact with Purple Glitter, because I think that's going to be substantial for the case that's going to be formed. Because if he states he was in contact with her on his YouTube, because there is a legitimate reason why Purple Glitter tried to erase the scent of the you having him having a YouTube channel, because she was very adamant that he did not have a YouTube when she knew he did. She was very adamant that now, okay, fine, he has a YouTube channel, but there's only one video, the others are gone. No, there's multiple. There is a reason why she was doing that, and I need to do my due diligence if I do want justice to be served and look at his YouTube videos. I'm going to look at all of them. Let me take a look for a second here. If people are just coming in, she says that he doesn't have a YouTube channel at first, then he only had one video. Then she said that no, it gets deleted if you're inactive after a year. These are all lies. Every single one of these are lies. This is his YouTube channel, and those are his videos. That's one of his cats, supposedly. At least these are only a few minutes long. I'm going to go through them and we're going to figure it out, because she's not going to get away with this. She's not. 100% she's not getting away with this and doing this to one person. And then I'm going to find out from BookTube if she's done it over there, because I'm pretty sure she has.
No. I'm about to tear apart this fucking house. At least the bathroom in which you hang out in the most.
Yes, Lulu. That is PG's baby daddy. And unfortunately, he passed away due to very peculiar circumstances that was deemed an unaliving of oneself. But there's more to this story.
Okay, so I am kind of noticing side chat over here. I think you guys are a little bit confused. We're not watching the actual video of him passing. We're not watching that video. These are all of the videos that led up to
Thank
right
you,
before
Mons. I
his passing.
appreciate it.
The actual video of him passing is fully removed off of YouTube and Facebook both. So if you guys think that we're watching that, I promise you we're not. Okay? We are watching the videos prior.
Wait a minute. In 2020, did you have the ability to simultaneously cast to YouTube and Facebook at the same time? When did StreamYards come out? Founded in 2018. Okay, so you could do it on StreamYards, but he didn't have StreamYards though. But I guess there's other programs that if you're not using it as free and you do have a plan, you could do it. But I found this to be very strange that she said that it's been removed on YouTube and Facebook,
To that.
which makes me think it was simultaneously being casted.
Moved off of YouTube and Facebook both. So if you got
Okay, there she says it again. Let me go back a little bit.
him passing, we're not watching that video. These are all of the videos that led up to right before his passing. The actual video of him passing is fully removed off of YouTube and Facebook both. So if you guys think that we're watching that, I promise you we're not. Okay.
Okay, how did he pass? He lit himself on fire and he was burnt to no longer being alive on a live stream.
Okay. We are watching the videos prior to that. Okay. But we're not actually going to see the actual event. So I need everybody just calm down a little bit.
I can only imagine how horrifying that is, but this is why it's very important that if people are going through episodes like this, that they need the proper care and help. Because a multitude of times, multiple people, instead of thinking it's funny or brushing it off, could have helped this man. Especially knowing that he lost his job and people were saying stuff about him, that somebody steps up and gets him the proper care and need. Because I'm sure there are probably signs or instances of him maybe thinking about it, maybe wanting to do it. Because I don't think this was planned. I really don't think so. I think it was very okay. I'm just gonna do it then, because with planning is a lot different when somebody does that to themselves. Because when people plan, what they do is they never tell anybody what they're gonna do. They just do it, and then all of a sudden you found out that they're just no longer here. But when you're very, in the spur of the moment, sometimes you give clues to people where, you say, okay, I'm gonna do it, or don't let me do it, or stop me, or you don't want me to do this, stuff like that. If you ever hear somebody say or anything like that, just please get them the help they need.
Everybody
Please
take a
do.
breath. It's going to be all right. I am not letting Monty take my past and turn it into views for his sake. No, you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to go. It's completely up to you all. But we will not be watching that video together, and I would not make you sit through that. What we are watching is the content that was prior before he passed. I don't think you guys understand. He was literally releasing content from 8 hours prior before he passed all the way up to the day of his passing. This is all the videos are of him just sitting and yelling at nothing that is there. He's yelling into the void. It is hours and hours and hours of him yelling into the void, and Monty is trying to make it content. Not going to happen.
Now, where did you put it? That's what I said.
A lot of people were mentioning that in the S Jam stream, because I was watching a little bit of that scene. What the hell is this man gonna say? What is a guy who is literally drunk on a live stream at like 8 a.m. in the morning gonna say about the situation? A lot of people said she was very she seemed like she was very desensitized to the whole thing, but there could be a multitude of reasons why.
You did set me up.
Okay, again, yelling into the void, nobody there. Friendly reminder.
You did set me up. You just said he's going to go look for it and he's not going to find it. You just said that. Don't do this to me. You know for a fact I don't deserve that. You know for a fact I don't deserve that. I've cared about you and Brandon. There were times when you come to me for a $20 bill just to make it through the week and have food for the both of you. He wasn't strong enough to even tell you about it because no, getting up, getting on up.
How many people were normally in his chat? Or I couldn't answer that question. I wasn't around. I didn't know of this man until the name of this man until yesterday. So I can never answer that. The person who could answer that, hopefully she tell the truth, would be PG because she seems to have been watching his streams. She even told me that she was watching this man's streams.
I got my shitty flashlight. Give me a
Okay, just so you guys are filled in, sorry for the interruption. Again, you guys, we have endless amounts of hours of this kind of footage to go through. That's what you're going to be watching tomorrow. The only difference is you're getting the facts directly from me. That's the difference. From somebody who experienced firsthand. Okay? He is referencing somebody that we used to go to school with. We used to be in touch. We all used to run together. A lot of that changed whenever he decided to get sober. When he decided to get sober, that changed a lot of his social circle. So, when this change happened, it changed the rest of his entire life. He couldn't associate with the same people. If you guys are going on the sobering up journey, you guys should already have an idea of how this works, right? When you decide to sober up, you have to leave certain people and certain groups behind. This happened to him when he decided to sober up. He lost a lot of people in his life. Okay, just to clarify, he was just referencing somebody that he used to be in contact with, but either way, toward the end, they got in a big fight. They weren't even friends anymore. There you go. Carry on.
hint.
Wait a second. Towards the end, when? And how would she know this? Well, I guess you could know it even if you have a EPO against the guy. Maybe that friend that you were rolling with told you. But still, I'm looking for anything that shows or suggests that Purple Glitter was still talking to this man.
Toward the end, they got in a big fight. They weren't even friends anymore. There you go. Carry on.
Hint. That's bullshit. You're leading them straight to it.
Yeah, what does he mean by it hits different? Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious. It hits different after all these years.
Do not. That's it. World. I have now been set up. Mary Jane.
Which, by the way, Mary Jane was a code name. He just kind of threw that in there. He didn't want to give the actual person's name away, I was told later on. But you'll kind of be able to tell when he's just like using random names and that kind of thing.
Has ditched something here that means something to her, not to me.
And that person that he's talking about is actually real. That's actually a real person that he's talking about right now. It's Brandon's girlfriend. Well, supposed girlfriend. I don't know if they're still together, but I don't go out of my way to figure it out. So,
No, I watched that chick fall out. As she spent over 35 minutes in the bathroom the other day at the Chinese food restaurant. Yeah. I have to go do a damn good job.
Mon says PG is more mentally ill than this poor man, just in a different way. Yeah, and disgusting because she was harassing this man. Yeah, she's multitude times more mentally ill. She, like Sewell says, she can pass really good for normal at times. In fact, Fish was interacting with her. Remember that time I was out and I didn't realize I had a stream at a certain time, and PG was in my chat under her Indica Queen account, and random fish was interacting with her. You would never have guessed it was Purple Glitter. This is how good she is. She will change her name. She'll make a new YouTube account. She'll come into chat, and just only maybe based on certain words that she might misspell that are very unique to her, then you might catch that it's her. Other than that, there's some names that she goes around with that you will never know it's her. It's the same scary shit happening with Timberly. Timberly will be roaming around girl world with her new name, talking all types of shit, saying this, saying that.
I can't allow this. I can't allow this. And you treat me that dirty? What happened to us being good? No. What happened to us being good? No.
Yeah, both of them. But then again, Fish, there's a ton of people who are on the internet that do stuff like that. They'll use one name, and when that name is done and burnt, they'll come back as a different name and you'll be chatting with them. And only if they make a mistake will you ever find out it's the same person. This is why you got to be careful, especially with Timberly. I can't believe Timberly came back weeks ago and stole even more money from people. But then again, I can believe it. People need to listen and understand when somebody's scamming. Yep, and PG is the mom. Can you imagine PG growing up a child in this day and age and saying all sorts of stuff? All she does is stay on her laptop all day. And if you can't remember, Purple Glitter is from the Foodie Beauty chat. It's like Foodie Beauty brings into her orbit all types of like strange people. I'm not saying all of them, because after a while, if you figure it out soon enough, then it's different. The people that stay for a very long time, they're all weird. Let's just put it that way. But sometimes you have somebody you look at Foodie Beauty like, oh, she's cute, she's trying to lose weight, she's trying, she failed, let's give her a chance and let's watch her. But after a while you start to pick up that she there's a lot of bullshit happening and a lot of trickery hanging on. And if you still stay after that, does Timber have another channel? She does. I'm not sure which channel she's on right now, but she's probably on a multitude of them, making videos, AI based videos, because we know her distinct voice. You're Timber? Yeah, right, Polly. How you doing, sir? Pink Glitter says Monty Chara mods PG is insane. She thinks I have sock accounts.
What
She thinks
happened to us
everything.
being good?
Okay, so he is kind of off camera here for a few seconds. It's like a really small house, and he walked to the back of the house, and now you'll hear him kind of like walk back up and come back up through the front of the house.
Okay. Wonder when he got this house. In Cologne for a few weeks. Nice. Maybe bring me something back from Cologne, Germany. Yeah, she does know a lot, right? This is why I asked. I wonder how long he's been living here. Because then I'm still trying to figure out. Like, she knows a little bit too much about the guy that she has a EPO against, right? She admitted, a cup of nosy, that she would tell him to unalive himself. Now, judging by her saying she 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 would tell him to unalive himself makes me think these were through phone calls. What else makes me think these are through phone calls is, wouldn't the cops have investigated this and kind of know that she would have done that if it was through text or email? I mean, I would think so. Plus, PG is very smart in the way of covering her tracks. How many times has she come on YouTube and told her audience she's not in contact with me? And then days later, you find out she was in contact with me, as in she's sending me messages, because then I'd have to make a video and saying, listen, she's lying again. She's been sending me text messages, or she's been emailing me and whatnot, over and over and over again. She would do this. And even what, like 2 months ago, she said, no, I had to make a video May the 8th. And she said, even after the May the 8th video of listening to her voicemails that she left me, she told her audience the last time she contacted me was April the 30th. I'm like, what the hell is going on in your head where I can literally show that you texted me and you sent me voicemails because you were calling me in May, that you think your audience is stupid? You think they can't pick that up? Like, I can literally show them when you actually last contacted me. But time and time again, she would literally say the same thing. I'm not contacting Monty. I'm not contacting Monty. I'm not, but she is.
And just to confirm, yes, he does have anger issues. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he did have anger issues at one point. That was something he was seeking counseling on. There was a lot going on at this point in time. So Faith is asking me, dude didn't have a family or anyone to step in. So here's the thing with that. He does have family. All right. But the family has actually alienated words. The family has actually alienated that word, alienated. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So they have pretty much alienated themselves from them, if that makes any sense. Um, During the time of his addiction, things did not go that great. At the time of his recovery, it also did not go well either. So the worse he got, the more the family actually pulled back. Does that make sense? So as his addiction got worse, the family would pull back even more. But the only reason the family pulled back more is because they just couldn't help him at one point. Like, you guys, he doesn't have like health insurance. Okay. Like, he can't just go to the doctor like you or I can because we have health insurance. Even I don't have health insurance. If I get sick or something, which knock on wood, hopefully I don't. But if I were to, I just go to a clinic and I call it good. Okay. He didn't have the option of just going to a typical doctor because it would cost him more money to sober up and to get clean. But his family cut ties because of the addictions.
Hmm.
Yep, yep.
You want Val to come back? I wonder where Val is.
Now,
Pink Glitter, I think you're going to be accused of a lot of things. I have no idea who you are, but yeah, PG is literally going to think you're colluding with me on some sort of level.
And in all honesty, you guys, like, I know we're used to watching certain creators, and I know that we're all used to seeing certain things, especially here in girl world, right? I understand that. But when somebody is when somebody is very, very thick in addiction, they become a different person. And I think you'll probably hear a lot of people going through recovery say that. They'll say, I was a different person than I was before. I don't even recognize that person that I used to be, right? That's what a lot of them say. So here's the deal. I'm sorry, you guys. It's just really weird for me to narrate this when it happened to me at one point. So all I'm saying is he didn't have the resources to get help. Okay. He may have been trying to get clean. Yes. but he did not have the resources to get the proper help that he should have. Would I have liked to seen him get help? Of course. I would love to see him be sober and happy and content and medicated and whatever he needs to be in order to function. But he didn't get that far. All right. This is the content that Monty was going to bring to you guys tomorrow. This is the content he was going to make you guys sit through.
Okay, and it makes a whole difference because you are bringing the content.
So he could make a quick view off of PG.
It's not all about views. Sometimes it's about justice. Sometimes people are curious. And there's a reason why people are watching this more and more because they want to know what the hell is going on. Now, I still got to go more into this whole thing. But yeah, this guy was tortured, man. Can you imagine having an alcohol and substance abuse problem, losing your job, being schizophrenic, and on top of that, you got somebody hounding the shit out of you, possibly with like different weird numbers, calling you through different numbers, doing all sorts of shit.
And the name. He was literally going to torture you with videos of nothing for the sake of a few cheap views. That's how bad this guy has gotten. He is using anybody's past for content. He doesn't care who they are or what they do. He just wants the views and he wants to go home, and that is it. This is only video number 1. Video number 1 is 35 minutes long. We are only 11 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot fast forward on Facebook Live. This is only video number 1. All I'm saying is, when he's sitting there trying to dress this shit up and make it more than what it is, pay attention, people. Pay attention to exactly what he does.
My fingerprints are not on it.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, you will hear little outbursts like that where he will like shout about like fingerprints or there's something in the stereo. You guys, he has been like this his entire life. Okay, ever since I've known him, way back into high school, he's always been this way. We would always drive around together, or he would be rolling with me, or whatever, and he would start writing down license plate on the inside of his hand because he thinks that it's the same people following them, but he would think that the license plates were being swapped out.
But you do that literal same thing. If people recall, she does the same thing. Remember when she kept on doing those posts months ago? Has it been a year yet? Where she would post on her community tab about this one car is following me around and I'm trying to get the license plate. I don't get why she's saying that he's doing it, but she was doing it as well. She would also do this stuff. Well, we've seen her do it.
So he was writing down license plates on his hand to make sure that they were all different vehicles around him at all times.
Yeah, Facebook has live still.
This is what Monty calls content. This is what he was going to make you guys watch tomorrow. And you guys should be hella pissed that Monty would even waste your time doing so.
Can't believe she said that. I really can't. Especially considering she was doing the same thing, talking about cars are following her around. How could you?
Unfortunately, Mary Jane, it's your fingerprints that are on it. I never touched it. The whole idea of you giving me a hint was a lie. You just told me personally, in front of the live world in which we are in, that you planted something here. Oh shit, that's the truth.
For some weird reason, the police and sheriffs where I am use Facebook live stream for big story updates. Well, doesn't that Sheriff Grady Judge? He likes to do whole press conferences on people on cases he's working on. Where is that? Where's Sheriff Grady Judge from again? I actually, I actually like listening to what he has to say. Cause okay, it's from Polk County, Florida. Makes sense. All those Florida men and women out there.
There.
Very true. More muscles are required to frown than to smile. Sheriffs like in the Midwest. Uh well, sheriffs like in everywhere in the United States of America. Wow, Grady Judge is 70 years old? Holy crap, he does not look like he's 70. I would never have guessed that man is 70. I would think like maybe 50 something, but he's actually
Yeah,
70
and if
years
you
old.
guys can't behave in chat, I will happily. You know what? I'll handle this right now. That's fine. That's fine. If people can't be adults, that's fine. That's completely fine.
So what's happening is that I was told during this live stream, because the live stream is not available, that people were saying maybe this isn't the best idea for her to do. Now, like I said, with my live stream, I will do this in a very humanizing and sensitive way. Like I'm not here to berate the guy or talk shit on the guy. I'm actually really concerned because up to yesterday, I didn't even know who this individual was, but I am still concerned based on what I did hear from PG. Now she can deny it all she wants, and she will, but I think it's reasonable for me to still go ahead and make that report because I really do hope that justice is gonna be served, especially for a person that has been doing a lot of weird stuff to me and then has also been doing a lot of weird stuff to a lot of people and has been getting away with it.
You know why? Because it's up to me. It is up to me, ladies and gentlemen.
Very true,
And
vouching.
I'm going to go fix that now. So hang on. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, the whole Texas thing, a lot of people are concerned about that.
Save changes. Now your chat is gone, motherfucker. So what are you going to do now, huh? What are you going to do? Just took it away from you. Sorry about that. So sorry. So sorry.
Okay, what was that about? I guess people were complaining in the chat, so she did this. Yeah, they do vote for sheriffs.
Okay, now I'm back. So we're going to finish this. If you're wanting to stay, you are more than welcome to stay. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is only video number.
Did that actually happen? Florida man gets eaten by a gator after lighting fireworks off of his peen. I do know that a man unfortunately passed away because he had some sort of hat and he lit the fireworks after his wife told him not to do it, and he had a several traumatic brain injuries because of that, and he unfortunately passed away. I've been hearing way too much stories, man, in the summertime of people mishandling fireworks. I've heard so many people damaging their hands by holding a firework in their hand. Then you could literally see holes in the person's hand and just dripping, dripping blood. I'm like, why would you do that? Do you know what you're literally you're holding an explosive? Yeah, that you heard about that story, right, Belchin? It made national and international news.
One, there's about a dozen or maybe 20 or 30 of them. But if you're really that invested, and if you
Who is Hecate's daughter? That's my ops. That's trying to take me away from Eggy Toast. She is a night worker that lives in the greater Toronto area, and we're supposed to go to Hong Ching together. If you have any questions, tip top, then please go ahead and ask them in the chat.
if you really give a shit, here you go.
Team Eggy.
It's a lot of nonsense. That's it. A lot of nonsense that's coming to you tomorrow. The only thing different is you heard the facts directly from me today instead of from a bold faced liar come tomorrow morning
You
who
like that?
doesn't know anything about this situation.
I was being a gentleman to you, Hecate's daughter, calling yourself a night worker. Were you the one taking away the Johns from Sagittarius Shawty when she was trying to work? That one, when was it? Was it like a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, like 2 or 3 weeks ago? She was saying that somebody was giving specials in the neighborhood. And you know she's from Square One area, right? Was that you?
Tobacco pipe cleaners.
And can you explain, Hecate, why is Dark Diddler constantly coming into my chat? Doesn't he know he's a grown ass man and he can't be a ninja? Why you laughing about Saji? Me and Saji don't have Johns in common. Why you think you're that special? You think Sagittarius Shadi don't have special Johns? You think you on a different level than Sagittarius Shadi?
Some ignorant bitch of shit.
Polly, stop making me laugh about hood specials next to the Waffle House or the Sweetest. You laugh about that, but that actually happens a lot. There's a lot of people that will do things to John's next to the Waffle House. We've talked about this. The Waffle House is like a very special outlier. Stop it.
Unless you were just bluffing me. I think you were.
I heard that. I heard that Joyful Steffi is either in Joplin or lives like minutes away, something like that. Is that true?
Oh, so this is the part of the video where he will actually just start tearing into the furniture. He will just start destroying random stuff around the house. So what he thinks that the people who just left his house, right?
What you saying Polly is massive? Polly is a massive guy, but not in the type of way you think Ekede's daughter. Polly is a very tall, big, burly, handsome man that I've met in person. And not in the way that you meet people either. I met Polly at the courthouse when we went for that Nads' second showing for his trial, right? He's like, how tall are you again, Polly? Like 6'3", 6'4". Polly makes me look like a dwarf, man. Like if you're like 6'4" and such, big and burly, like this is a strong man. This is a protector right here.
So the people he was just hanging out with, he thinks that those people inserted some kind of listening device or something throughout the house. And so now he thinks that he's ransacking his own house basically to try to find a tracking device or a listening device that isn't even there to begin with.
Jan's unfortunate views. I don't have braids.
I'm not making this up, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you're watching.
I think you were just bluffing me.
Wait a second. Isn't that like 188? Because 183 is 6 foot, right? So you're 5 centimeters taller. So are you like 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, so what you're hearing are sounds of him basically like tearing into like the couch cushion of the living room couches. He was taking like a huge like kitchen knife and just like slashing, and you could hear the actual slashing in the background, which I don't know if you guys are going to be able to pick up that, but I thought I would narrate it just for whatever the reason.
It's my couch. I can do what I want.
You call those noodles locks? Actually, there are not noodle locks. They're more like they're not even pencil. I actually wanted pencil dreads, like the thickness to be pencil, but these are more like marker thickness.
No, sir.
How can we do hiding feet but don't do weight in stones? That's very true.
I know for a fact now.
Yeah, thickness of my dreadlocks could be pencil, it could be marker thickness, it could be very, very thin. I used to have corn rolls, but I don't anymore.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing thick on me is my skull. It is actually pretty thick. I like having a thick skull and a strong neck. It helps from your brain being rocked around.
So you're doing this to play with my emotions.
Really, Eggy, stand down. This man is being walked by me. I thought you were hooking up with the pool guy. Or was it the hedge trimmer? I forgot Eggy Toast, but you're in a salacious relationship with somebody else.
It's in the kitchen sink.
All right,
There's
back to
nothing
this.
in the kitchen sink and there's nothing happening. Okay? Just so we're all on the same page? We're all on the same page. Okay, good.
It's all you. Lights, camera, action. Oh, where? This can ride me.
All right, so I guess he's looking for something.
Like a woman. Did this. Well,
You are in 74 relationships online. I believe that, Eggy. Wasn't Breezy a mod here? No, she was a mad over at Purple Glitter, because Purple Glitter will mod people to try and have them on her side. So that's part of her game. So if you know how she tries to manipulate by giving privileges to certain people over others, she was modding Breezy, she was modding her world, she was modding other people trying to be in their good graces. Okay, Hecate, you say this, but then why are you watching and commenting on as a guest? Has he dragged your ass again, Hecate's daughter? You say, why am I watching a man in a schizophrenic manic episode before he takes his life? How do you know he took his life right after this? How is this content? It's not content, it's justice. And don't you say the same thing about I could say the same thing about you and as a guest and what you're doing over there. Yeah, and furthermore, please ask PG.
Okay, I'm going to skip ahead and see if I can find where he comes back on screen. Hang on, I'll jump ahead just a second. He's
Does
still attacking the furniture right here.
Eggy does have videos. Have you ever heard Eggy's soft, sultry voice?
This is on
Eggy used to be a night worker, and man, her voice was so sweet and soothing that I just had to put a ring on it. That's the story of me and Eggy Toast. I met her at the Waffle House, or the UK equivalent of the Waffle House. She was about to go down on some John, and I heard her voice, and it was so soft and sultry, so angelic. The next day, I had to go to what's that place called again? Where did I get your ring from again?
only video number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Video number
so
1.
you know exactly where it is. That's not mine.
I had to go to Van Cleef and Arpels. I had to go to Van Cleef and Arpels to get an engagement ring to my sweet angelic prostituting Eggy Toast.
hers.
Again, there's nobody in the home except for him. Nobody. There's no police outside. There's no FBI. There's no CIA. Absolutely nobody. Okay? Keep that in mind as we're watching. All right?
PG said I'm a drunk. Of course, you got that from the Drunk S Jam. You love
I skipped ahead
Poundland?
a little bit.
It was Poundland? Yeah, it was Poundland, wasn't it? Poundland in many different ways. Somebody was taking Eggy to Poundland or about to outside of Poundland.
I mean, this is the footage that you guys are going to be looking at come at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Just
I, d-
endless amounts
I
of.
did not get Eggy Toaster Ring at Poundland. I got Eggy Toaster Ring from the fabulous Van Cleef and Arpels. Only the best for my Eggy toast.
Hours and hours and hours and hours of this. Okay, this is pretty much going to wrap it up for video number 1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said video number 1. Strap in, it's going to be a hot minute. So there he finally comes back. And by the way, he used to do that a lot. Like when he was angry, he would walk around the house and just be muttering stuff to himself, and nobody would know what the heck he was talking about. It was like this all day, every day. So now we move on to the next video. Right below, it says, "My best friend's girlfriend put him in jail." Okay, so I'm pretty confident he's going to bring up Brandon again. Keep in mind, this is 2020. My guess is he's talking about the girlfriend and the girlfriend who supposedly.
What a time, man. What a time for this to be happening. Like, this is October 2020. The pandemic was in full effect. A lot of lockdowns, a lot of people angry, a lot of people isolated. This was like the worst time ever for this poor guy to be going through a job loss, being called certain names, being harassed by purple glitter, and, having a schizophrenic episode. Like, all those factors coming together, it's like even people who would never typically get a mental health event around this time were feeling extremely isolated, and they were getting mental health issues because of it.
Put Brandon in jail, but that has yet to be confirmed. I don't even know where Brandon is, in all honesty. No freaking clue. Haven't talked to the dude in years. Don't freaking know. But why he was dead set on this day, I have no idea.
$15 in gas in that thing every time he goes, whoom.
No, that's about the scooter. Hang on, let me take it back. All right, there you go, guys. I'll be back here. I'll just interrupt if I feel it's necessary. If not, I'll just let you guys listen.
So no, didn't get a chance to go there. Still learning. Obviously, I got a little bit of time. The world needs to know. That stupid truck. I know, I bet he puts like $15 in gas in that thing every time he goes, whoom.
It does, Marie.
You know he does. When I put the same amount of gas in a scooter, that's a quarter.
What happened? That 18 mil view was right at that time that guy did this schizophrenic video about 45 minutes from Cory. Wonder if he thought this would go viral. This video is on Facebook. There are videos on YouTube that, I mean, I got to rethink how I feel about this, but I we'll see. But he does have a YouTube channel, contrary to what Purple Glitter will tell you, because she does know he does have a YouTube channel. We'll see what happens.
change the oil in it religiously every month. Buy them cat litter. That's just rocks.
So, one thing about him is he is very, very frugal. He's not exactly like a coupon kind of person. Like, if somebody handed him a coupon, he would use it, but he wouldn't go out of his way to like stockpile clip like coupons or nothing like that. Um, he did have pets. So, he did have two cats, I believe, at the time of his passing. I do believe one of the cats got out, and then the other cat unfortunately did not make it. Um, Still not quite sure how that
Oh my
all
god.
happened there, but
How far reaching was this fire if one of the cats did not make it? Because you would think, unless the cat did catch on fire, that people knew what was happening, so people would have gone over there to help. Like the ambulance and fire police got called because people were watching this stuff on the live stream. So how big were these flames that people were actually watching? Like I would be way shocked to watch something like that unfold. In fact, actually I'd be rather progressive. But yeah, that this is telling me a lot without telling me a lot, because if one of the cats didn't make it, that fire was pretty big.
I didn't really at the time, I didn't have
That's
any
true.
reason to look into a cat story. So, 2 cats, of course, no cats now, but keep in mind this gentleman has been gone from this earth for the past 4 years, and now Monty is trying to bring him up from the dead to prove a point that is not even there. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a suicide case. It was ruled as a suicide. There was never any murder. That's what people don't understand.
Oh,
It
I
was
see.
never ruled as a
Never.
murder. It has always been a suicide since day one. Pay attention to the details, people. That's all I'm going to say.
And food, wet or dry. I am not hurting or harming anyone other than myself. Hell,
Yeah, it's really
nobody
sad.
even knew.
The thing is that, even if the thing is that, which is really sad, trigger warning people, even if you feel a lot of the pain of the searing your skin and everything, the burning, the of the flesh, even if when you use an accelerant like gasoline, petrol to do it, if you even if you wanted to stop and you start rolling, do you know how hard it is when you have an accelerant and you're on fire to even get that out? Even the rolling, a lot of the times, depending on how doused you are, will not work, because it'll still just, consume. It'll consume you. So roll in, unless you have somebody else there, blanket or something. It's just really, really, really hard. So never have I ever says you can barely tell there was a fire in the house by looking at it from the outside. Yikes, man. That is not a great way to go. It really
About
isn't.
me until you told my mom.
Oh, so this is where the troll part came in. So he's going to start, by the way, this video I just realized is only 3 minutes. He must have gotten like disconnected or something. But he'll start talking about a whole different topic. I'll let him get there first, then I'll go back and narrate.
Oh, I am very resentful for that. Some things are private, and that was one.
True, Polly.
Now my whole family knows.
So when I told you guys in today's earlier stream where somebody supposedly went and told him that they told his family that he was gay or whatever, this is the part where that comes in. Okay. He's basically finding out that he realizes, oh my God, crap. There is a high possibility here that someone could have told my family. Right. So this is where he kind of starts to freak out. He does kind of go off the hinges here a little bit, but it's not what you guys think. So this is just so confusing to narrate. This is weird for me. Um, I'll just let it play. And
Is this video still up on Facebook? The video of him using the accelerant and the immolation is not on Facebook, but events leading up to that is still on Facebook, like this one from October the 12th, 2020. And there's other ones September and October 2020 on his Facebook.
and we'll go from there. I think I'm just getting overwhelmed at this point.
Oh, what are they telling you? Thanks to him? No. I did these things in private. Things in which should have been taken to the grave and never spoken. You broke a number one cardinal rule.
And just for reference, he's not yelling at me. He's yelling at whoever had just left his house. And for some reason, he's under the assumption that this person is also watching at the same time he's recording. So just so you know, he's not yelling at me. He was yelling at whoever had left his house earlier that day or whatever.
I won't even get into the second one.
Okay, so that was it for the second video. We're going to go back to the main profile here. We will scroll down.
All right, so what's happening here? PG says she knew her ex was gay or suspected it. I think there would have been only a select few who knew if he wanted to keep it a secret. It wasn't a random troll who started accusing him. Yeah, that is very fair assumption to say if she suspected that her man she had a kid with was gay. I mean, he's only going to tell people he trusts, right? Especially if he's paranoid about a lot of things. I'm so sorry to hear Built to Spill.
This is the third video. See, is this one a little bit longer? Yeah, this one is like 51 minutes long. So we will pick up here. And please keep in mind that he is yelling at people that had just left his house. So he was like half yelling at real people, but they weren't the same people.
Yeah, to be honest with you, if she knew this is one of the reasons why they could have pushed him over the edge, don't talk about his sexuality. Like, none of us would ever have known that he might be gay. And even if we did, there's nothing wrong with that. But she could have easily just kept that to herself. Like, she's revealed so much about this man. Oh, this is one of the reasons why this happened, because they called him out because they were saying he was gay. So what? But don't reveal it. If you knew it, don't reveal it, because I've learned so much within literally like 16, not even 20 hours. 20 hours ago, I had no idea who he was, didn't see any of his videos, didn't know about the sexuality thing. I had no idea, but now I know so much, and she did not have to reveal that.
That were in the chat, if that makes sense. So anyway, we'll just carry on. Here we go.
Hello, sir. I know you've been waiting for a conversation. I have been waiting for one too, since you guys have been here and not said anything to me.
So he thinks he's actually talking to the police here. Okay. He thinks the police are literally right outside his door. He thinks that as the chief of police, the entire staff, he thinks that there's paramedics and all kinds. He thinks all of this is happening right now. It is not, ladies and gentlemen. It is not happening.
I think she likes the attention. Well, And a lot of ways she kind of does and wants my attention in like really eerie ways. Like I've talked in the stream about the types of shit that PG has done coming into my chat and texting, messaging me, emailing me saying that she's in my chat and not to freak out. She's just there to listen. Like, why would you do that? The multitude of times that had to come on and say whatever she's saying to people isn't true because somehow in her mind she just makes up or she obsesses on a certain factor and then she just starts talking crap about it.
You and I both know that we need to talk.
Oh
No,
yes,
sir. No.
and the reading in between the lines. Thanks for reminding me. Remember how she used to read in between the lines, fish? And for some reason, I'm talking to her when I'm doing a regular live stream, and she's getting what I'm trying to say. The types of shit I've had to endure for almost 2 years.
No, sir. No, sir. I would actually like to have a conversation with you.
Again, nobody there.
Oh, nice with the Autobahn. You went up to 260 kilometers per hour and you were getting passed. You were getting passed by supercars. If you're in like a BMW, what were you in? Like an M6? An M6 is really good. But you were still getting passed. Wow. Incredible. All right, so Dolores says that she did knew him, but at the time she did, she had no contact with whatsoever, but were able to piece things together in accuracies. You mean like piece things together accurately? Yeah, all the like little nuance things she's saying that this and this is happening at this time and this and that. Okay.
So you guys should be aware that there are gaps of silence because there's just times where he's not talking. This is kind of when his addiction is kind of like he's kind of what do they call that again?
Sir, who am I speaking to?
So he's not speaking to anybody. Again, there's nobody there. Okay, he's just shouting into the void. Um, you guys, this is exhausting. He is shouting at no one, and it is endless amounts of hours of just him shouting and yelling. That's the tea that Monty was going to bring to you tomorrow that he knew absolutely nothing about. He doesn't know anything about the best friend. He doesn't know who left the house. He doesn't know about the medical diagnosis. He doesn't know anything about this.
Until now, no, I do know. You wonder if PG is here right now watching. She's most likely watching.
But I guess you guys will have to learn the hard way when it comes to him. Okay? Another gap of silence.
Sir, who am I speaking to?
Nobody there. Notice how it's pure silence? You don't even hear a walkie talkie, do you? That's because there's no police there. He's literally just shouting inside of a house by himself.
She has no emotion whatsoever. Yeah,
Sir, I'm about to shut my.
I don't think I could go over this without showing any emotion.
Sir, I'm about to shut my window. Is that okay?
Again, he keeps talking like as if somebody's there and when in fact they're not.
So they will not answer me.
That's because they're not real and they're not there. That's why.
They know they will not answer me. They're not here to do that.
Poor
What they are
guy.
here to do is falsely arrest me.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out if she really was not in contact with him, because, like I said, she said that she pushed him to unalive himself.
And obviously slandered my name. I've given them the benefit of the doubt. I've been very good. You just see me. They didn't answer me at all. They just completely ignored me. Oh, yeah. Take a picture of the ceiling. That's where you got the cameras right above.
You will kind of actually hear him start to actually like slur his words here. I do think he probably had at least a little bit of alcohol in his system. Now, I never saw like a toxology report or anything for him, but again, I'm just showing you guys what you guys are going to see come tomorrow. So, again, you're not going to make views off of my trauma, Monty. It's not going to happen. You don't even know what the hell is happening in this narrative. All right. You don't have the slightest clue who any of these people are that he's talking about. None. Absolutely none.
All right, I think this might be a good time for me to retire and put part one for this stream. I'm gonna go through part two. If you live long enough, you'll eventually shout to no one in a house by yourself. Yeah, true. What can I say? Like I said, I can only say my condolences to this man having to go through so many tragic circumstances, especially when you have a substance abuse and drinking problem coupled with somebody outing you, along with losing your job and having a pest like Purple Glitter messaging you probably from strange messaging, calling you from strange numbers, like she's doing with me. Because I've had a taste of the Purple Glitter harassment, so I can totally empathize with him of what he's going through. I'll be back later this evening. Maybe, yeah, I'll probably, yes, I will do part two later this evening because I need to get this done. But yeah, may this man rest in peace. You think they both do? Both of them are on drugs or were on drugs? Who truly knows? What can I say? Thanks so much for hanging out with me and going through this. We'll go through a bit more when I come back. I'll probably schedule it for like 6 or 7 or something like that. We'll see what time FFG comes on and we'll do it like that. But I will be back. I will finish this off and I will give my 2 cents about the whole situation. And I will also dig through my text messages and I'll do keyword searches for stuff that she said that might be very revealing. So please stay tuned for that. Like even the last line of text from her original phone number, that was very revealing because it was extremely threatening. And if, like I said, if she's doing this to me, she's doing this to other people. So take care of yourselves, everybody. And I will be around later. Have a good one. Bye bye.